8. We're going to go Monday down in this first column. And then we're going to do Tuesday's column. And then Wednesday's column if we have time before 12:30. All right. So the first one wants us to label the parts of speech with the underlined words. So again, we have N for a noun, B for a verb, ADB for an adverb, ADJ for an adjective, PN for a pronoun, and P for a preposition. All right, so young Abraham Lincoln lived in a log cabin with his family. That is my sentence. So the first word that I look at is young. Young describes Abraham Lincoln. So young is what? An adjective. Good. All right, and then Abraham Lincoln is a person, so he is a noun. Lived is something I can do, so it is a verb. In, preposition, good. All right, log tells me what kind of cabin. It describes the cabin, so log is what? Not an adverb. Adjective. And then a cabin is a place, so it is a noun. With, preposition. Family, noun. Okay? Now, in this sentence, are we looking at a simple sentence, compound sentence, or a complex sentence? Lincoln did not go to school much, but he loved to read books. All right, so we see that there's a but. That's one of our fanboys. So on the left side of that, Lincoln did not go to school much. Is that a complete sentence? Lincoln did not go to school much. That's not a complete sentence. I couldn't put a period there and that be a complete sentence.
Yes.
Yes, Lincoln did not go to school much. Yes, that's a sentence. Okay? He loved to read books. Is that a sentence? Yes. So, I have a sentence and a sentence, and they are combined with a conjunction, so it is a compound sentence. Good. All right, which word or phrase best completes the sentence? Instead, for instance, or next. Lincoln did not attend law school. Blank. He taught himself law by reading. All right, what do you think, Cameron? Instead, very good. All right, and then on this box, we're not going to do anything in this box. We're just going to read over it, but it will be used going across this week. Superior means better in quality, status, or rank, above average. Surplus means beyond what is needed. And surmount means to overcome a difficulty or challenge. What part of speech is underlined? Lincoln became a lawyer because he wanted to help people. That is a conjunction. And we have not learned about that yet, but when you look at conjunctions, you have two sets of conjunctions. You have what we call the fanboys, and those are called coordinating conjunctions, and they usually combine two complete sentences to make a compound sentence. And then you have subordinating conjunctions, and subordinating conjunctions are used in complex sentences. So in the coming weeks or months, we will be going over coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. Okay? Which word can I add the prefix dis to make it an antonym of what it is? Could I say disvisible?
No.
No. How would I make visible an antonym?
Oh, visible.
Invisible.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Appear. Could I say disappear and it be the opposite? Okay? And then clear. What would be the opposite of clear? Unclear. Okay? So dis is the only one that I can add, or up here is the only one that I can add dis in front of to make it an antonym, which means an opposite. Alright? And then again, this last box, we don't have to do anything in it. We have to refer to this box to answer the questions going across this week. And so it's able and able. Those are suffixes, meaning they go on the end of a word. And it means capable of, able to, tending to, or suited for. So let's look at Tuesday up at the top. We are looking for the past tense of what verb? Become. So what is the past tense of become? Became. Alright, and what is the future tense of become? Will become. Okay? Now, we have the adjectives black, top, and tall that have to be put into this sentence. Lincoln wore a blank, blank, blank hat. What would be an order that I could put those adjectives that it would make sense? Would I say Lincoln wore a black, top, tall hat? Does that make sense? No. Could I say that Lincoln wore a top, black, tall hat? No. Could I say Lincoln wore a tall, black, top hat? Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to put tall, black, top, hat. Okay? So with those, you just kind of have to play around with them and see what or which of the words would make sense to come in that order. The next one is to place a comma after the introductory element. Even without his hat on, Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall.
Was he the tallest president or the tallest man in the world?
He was not, but he was probably I think the tallest president, but I don't think he was the tallest man in the world. Alright, so where would I put my comma? Behind without. So even without, comma. His hat on Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall. Does that make sense? So I kind of want to look for what part of the sentence could I take out and it still makes sense. So could I say, even without his hat on, Lincoln?
Take away even.
So I could say, without his hat on, Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall?
Yes.
I could, but if I put a comma there, can I say, even without his hat on, Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall? No. Where does my break come in that sentence? After what? After on. Even without his hat on, Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall. So do you see whenever I'm reading it how you hear that break there? Okay? That is an introductory phrase. Okay? I don't need it. I would say Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall. But it's adding to tell you that he was really tall with his hat on, and even with his hat off, he was still 6 feet 4 inches tall.
That's a lot.
It is. All right, which word best completes this sentence? We have superior, surplus, or surmount. The farmer had more crops than he needed, so he donated his blank crops to a food bank. If he has more than he needed, he has what?
Surplus.
A surplus.
Because it says on the definition, beyond what it needs.
Absolutely, it says beyond what is needed. Very good.
He had more crops than he needed.
Very good. All right. What part of speech is underlined? Yikes! That snake almost bit me. What is yikes there? Interjection. Yes. Good job. Because it's showing emotion at the beginning of the sentence. It kind of sets the tone for the sentence. All right? And then which word could replace the underlined word? Wounded, uninjured, unharmed. My mom always worries that I will get hurt. That I will get what? Wounded.
Unharmed doesn't make sense.
Right. Because that's opposite of hurt. And uninjured is opposite of hurt. Okay? Alright, then it says make a list of words with able and able. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put edible. And I'm going to put capable. Suitable would be word. Alright, so it said, not there yet. Alright, so capable and edible. That's one with an A-B-L-E and one with an I-B-L-E. Capable means able to do something, and edible means able to eat something. Something is able to be eaten, it is edible. Kind of like my cooking.
Is your cookie edible or is it unedible?
It's pretty edible sometimes. Alright, let's look at Wednesday. Label the parts of speech of the underlined words. Lincoln was a great president, but he frequently misplaced things. Lincoln, again, is a person, so that is a noun. Was is on that list that I gave y'all of special verbs that we call linking verbs. Alright, great tells me what kind of president. It's describing the president, so it's a what? Adjective. President is a person? Noun. He replaces Lincoln. Pronoun. Frequently ends in ly, and it tells me when he misplaced. It is an adverb. Misplaced is something I can do, so that is a, and of course things is a thing, so that's a noun. Alright, so which word could be used in this sentence? Lincoln kept important papers inside his hat so he wouldn't lose them or loose them. The first one, lose, L-O-S-E. Loose is a word. My shoelace is loose. It might come untied. Alright? Place a comma after the introductory element. For instance, he kept letters he needed to respond to inside his hat. After for instance, because it's a prepositional phrase. Which word best completes the sentence? You've got superior, surplus, and surmount. Fruit that's in season usually has blank flavor to fruit that is out of season. What kind of flavor?
Superior.
Better in quality, status, above average. It is going to be a superior, not to overcome a difficulty. Is my fruit going to overcome a difficulty? No. Is it going to be more than what I need? The flavor? No. Never. Alright? What part of speech is underlined? The book was written by J.K. Rowling. What is by? What is by? It is a preposition. The two underlined words are synonyms. What does the word abolish mean? President Lincoln said he would abolish slavery, so he ended it after the Civil War. So what does abolish mean? End it. To end. He ended it. Because it says that they are synonyms. The two underlined words are synonyms, meaning that they mean the same thing. So abolish something means to end it. End it. Okay? Alright, and then we're going to rewrite these words, adding the endings to them. Flexible is going to get the I B-L-E. Reliable, we are going to change that Y to an I and add E-B-L-E. Value, we're going to take the E off, drop that E, and add A-B-L-E. And then reversible, we're going to also drop, reverse, drop the E and add I-B-L-E. Okay? And that is our catching us up on our language review for this week.